हेलो एवरीवन। मैं आज आपके लिए मेजरमेंट एंड स्क्रू और जो हमारा फोर्थ यूनिट है उसके मैं रिपीट वीडियो लेक्चर असाइन कर रहा हूँ एज पर दी ऑर्डर, क्योंकि मुझे भी पता है कि बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट हो रही है while in live classes. You cannot have the document and you cannot write each and every words which is could be specified by me. So right now I will follow the instructions which will be in your detail. Okay. मैं हालांकि जो भी वर्ड्स स्पेसिफाइड करूंगा, जो भी मैं कहूंगा, वो सभी आपको लैंग्वेज ही एज्यूम करनी है, क्योंकि यही के यही हमें बुक में भी कंसिडर होता है. द लैंग्वेज शुड बी इन इंग्लिश, सो बी रेडी फॉर द स्टडी. नाउ हमारा जो पहला टॉपिक है वही हमारा चैप्टर 4, बाय द वे चैप्टर 4 है, जो कि मेजरमेंट एंड स्क्रू है, हमारा यूनिट 4. हालांकि हमारी 3 यूनिट कंप्लीट हो चुकी है, बट फिर भी ड्यू टू दिस लॉकडाउन वी कैन नॉट go up the classes. So I am recording these classes to contain to write go through your syllabus. So it is a day one, lecture one. Now, as you shown in my PPT, there is a mechanical measurement and metrology, measurement of screw thread. It is not made by me, it is made by an NPTEL faculty, but just it is similar to the topic. So I am getting that because I cannot have my book right here because I am working from home, due to I cannot go outside the my area. So it is lockdown. So with not wasting much time, I'm just starting my lecture for you. It is having a 30 minutes lecture for each and every part. Now, measurement of screw. First of all, we have to know about the what is learning object. Learning object, just go through my words also. Screw thread has generally two functions: to form or to perform transmission of the power and motion and act as a fastener. Plus, the second function is rather for more important to hold the or to hold the object and to fit the object. It is a natural two functions of the screw thread. The object of dimension control in case of a plane shaft and hole is to ensure a certain consistency to fit. Okay. In the case of thread work, the object is to ensure mechanical strength, which is dependent upon the amount of flank content. But the most importantly and most commonly used thread forms all over the world, as you shown in a figure after the two slides. I will give you a figure. It will shown which where we are different types of threads making or make by the two types. They we having a two types of thread making, and it's our standard units. If the unit has been considered, so for making the continuous making that thread, we have to follow two facts. One as a standard, as an American standard, and the second one as a British standard. Now, the mainly consists of a British Whitworth and BA series, and it is in which it is in inches. British worth is in inches, and in the metric worth and metric series, there is a American standard series we are using. So ISO metric, ISO metric thread recommended use in industry, Indian industry by BIS has been or have been. Okay, deal with the separately. Okay. Now we know that we having a different types of metrologies and different thread forming metrologies. We having a British standard with watch, then American standard, then British Association, then knuckle, then buttress, then SM, and then unified. Okay. Now the learning object is completed. Now we know that there is a screw thread terminology also. Before going to that, I am going to just follow the PPT. What are the outcomes and what are the requirement of our this topic: how the pitch, the angle, how the screw forms, its major diameter, its minor diameter, and its effective diameter. These are the explanation which is used for measuring the principle or outcome we have to follow. Now module we having in this particular PPT, we having a module terminology, screw thread, major, minor, and pitch and angle we have to find. Then effective diameter we want to find. We were having a three new methods also. These are our chapter. Now, screw thread technology or terminology, we're having a definition. Screw thread is the helical rigid produced by forming a continuous helical groove of uniform section on the external and or internal surface of the cylinder or of a cylinder. We having as per American Society of Tools and Manufacturing Engineering, so engineers ASTME, ASTME. Now, a screw thread formed on a cylinder is known as a straight or a parallel screw thread, while one formed on a cone or of is known as tapered screw thread. Uh, these are the screw thread on basic definitions we have. Now we will follow the next flow. Now this is a figure. In the previous, just I uh, ask you and just I have just walk. मैंने सिर्फ और सिर्फ कहा कि जो भी मैंने जो डायग्राम मैंने देखे हैं वो डायग्राम मैं आपको शो कराना चाहता हूँ, जैसे कि शार्प वी विद वॉर्थ, जो कि विद वॉर्थ को हम बोलते हैं ब्रिटिश विद वॉर्थ, देन बट्रेस, देन स्क्वायर, देन एसएम, देन वॉर्म. हम जानते हैं कि पी जो है, पी इट इज इक्वल्स टू द पिच. पिच क्या है? दो थ्रेड्स के जो भी डिफरेंशिएशन है यानी डिफरेंस है उनके बीच का. और अगर पिच की मैं और ज्यादा डिटेल करूं, सो mark my words, the pitch of a thread is the distance measured parallel to the axis of the thread between corresponding points on adjacent thread forms in the same axial plane and on the same side of axis. The basic pitch is equal to the lead divided by the number of thread starts. Okay, these are the basic definition of the thread. Now P is the same pitch. P is a pitch formula we are using for measuring the pitch. We denote all the values of the threads. Due to the pitch, we all the definitions and all the formula depend on the pitch, all the mark, all the dimension and all the specification of that particular thread is depend on the pitch only. We show sharp we having 60-degree angle, we having a with wart which having a 55-degree angle, we having also our radius which is equals to pitch also, which is decimal 1/4 equals to multiple of. Then buttress we having a 45-degree angle of, then there is another angle which is having flank or having a 7 degree of. Then square we know that it having a 90 degree. Then ACME, okay, SM having a no such a similar angle which is 29 degree, and the worm we having a same 29 degree, but there is a difference in the shape and size if we see ACME and worm. So these are our next topics. Then the screw thread terminology. Now the screw thread terminology, I have to explain each and every part. Now first is minor diameter, then second major diameter, then third pitch diameter. Now each and every part I am going to explain with the mark my word. Okay, now first major diameter. In case of a straight line thread, major diameter, in case of straight line thread, this is the diameter of a major cylinder, or जस्ट आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन एक इमेजिनरी ऐसा सिलेंडर जो कि स्क्रू के को एक्सियल पे लगता है, ये है मेजर डायमीटर, जो कि हमारा क्रिस्ट के टॉप से एक क्रिस्ट से लेके दूसरे क्रिस्ट तक का जो भी डिस्टेंस होगा वो मेरा मेजर डायमीटर होगा, यानी कि थ्रेड कितना बड़ा, जो कि एक वर्नियर स्केल से अगर मैं उसे मेजर करूंगा फिर पैरेलली, तो वो कैसा होगा, ये मेरा सिलेंडर का मेजर डायमीटर है या फिर उस थ्रेड का डायमीटर. It is often refers to as the outside diameter, crest diameter or full diameter of external thread. Now the treatment is over. Now the minor diameter. It is the same, but this is the diameter of a minor cylinder, or it is an imaginary cylinder coaxially with the screw which just touches the root of an external thread or the crest of an internal thread. It is often referred to as a root diameter or cone diameter of external thread. Now, these are the major and minor diameter. We know the pitch diameter. We eventually also called the pitch diameter as denoted as effective diameter. In case of straight, there is a statement on the pitch diameter is a coaxially on axis of the screw interested the flank of the thread in such a way as to make the width of thread and width of the space between the threads are equal. Now, first thing, I need to explain the three terms also, the crest, root and flank. Now, the first one is crest. Now, crest of thread. What is crest of thread? Crest, this is defined as the prominent part of the thread, whether it be external or internal. These names, this crest, root, flank, it is also shown in the forward PPT. Also you will get the definition. I am just explaining the what are the requirement. Okay, now P is the pitch as you shown in this particular nomenclature, screw thread nomenclature. Now I am going to define the definition also, angle of thread and the similar things. Now first, the second terminology, we having an external thread. It is a screw terminology. Now external thread terminology, we having such different terminologies. The first one is a crest, then second one is a pitch. We are going up to down to quite identify the terminologies. Pitch, crest, then flank, then addendum, then pitch line, then flank angle, then thread angle, then axial thickness, then addendum, then root. Then there is a similar axis of the thread, then minor diameter, major diameter, and pitch diameter. We having these are the basic terminology or screw terminology we have. Now, as per the American standard, we having a, such examples BSW for forming the thread. We having BSW, American standard, ISO, Sailor, Buttress, ACM, etc. These are the now screw thread terminology. What is the angle of thread? That is the angle between the flank of the thread, also called as the included angle. Now flank angle, the angle formed between a flank of the thread and the perpendicular to the axis of the thread. Now if we see previous, this is the axis of the thread. If you shown upon the minor diameter. Now next one, fundamental triangle, imaginary triangle formed when the flanks are extended till they meet each other to form apex. Now pitch, the distance between the two corresponding crest or roots. Now crest and roots, these are the crest, these are the root. The corresponding distance, the center pitch line you show or pitch you shown in it. The bottom part is known as a root, and the upper part is known as a crest. Now lead, the axial distance moved by the screw when the screw is given one complete revolution. Then lead is what? It completed one revolution from a plank, one side to another side. Now, uh, now screw thread. Then next, now, hmm, angle lead. Now, screw thread terminology, we also having a major diameter, the largest diameter of the screw. Minor diameter, it is the smallest diameter of the screw. Then pitch diameter, it is the imaginary diameter of the cylinder passing through the thread at a point where the thread width is equal to the space between the threads. These all are similar, which could be explained in before I have explained that terms. Now, how we can measure the diameter? Before go to the such a forward step, I will explain also the flank of the thread. What is the flank? Flank. These are the straight edge which connected the crest with the root. Flank is a straight edge which connected the crest and root. Then what is crest and what is root? Now crest, it is defined as the prominent part of the thread, whether it be external or internal. Now, the root of the thread, this is defined as the bottom of the groove between the two flanks of the thread, whether it be external or internal. Now, flank angle are the angle between the individual flank and the perpendicular to the axis of the thread, which passes through the vertex of the fundamental triangle. If you shown in the previous diagram, we will get flank which is having perpendicular axis of the thread or the angle between it. Okay, now these are the some terminologies we are want to understand. Before going to the forward chapter, I am just recording. Now the next point, the next is a how to measure the major diameter. Now before measure diameter, I am just changing the slide due to the terminology of the screw. The main, if you understand this also, it will having the same. We have seen the root, there is a pitch, there is a crest, then pitch, the full value, the flank, the angle, the major, the pitch diameter, minor diameter. It is this PPT also made by the another person. I am just explaining the topics which is related to our syllabus. I am just explaining this only. Okay. Now the next screw thread definition we already considered. Okay, so a screw thread found on a cylinder is known as straight or parallel screw thread, while the one found on a cone or is known as a tapered thread. Okay, now next we having a types of thread: external thread, then internal thread, thread form outside and thread form inside. Then next one, how we are using. It is also explained by me in the first attempt. To hold the outs part together, act as a fastener is a example V thread. Then transmit the motion and power square SEM and the another type of thread. Now these are the same diagram which could be shown seen by you. It is the same. Now just see. Now screw thread terminology, pitch, the distance, it is also same. The distance point from a point on a screw thread to a corresponding point on the next thread measured parallel to the axis. Lead, the distance a screw thread advance in one turn for a single start thread. Lead is equal to pitch. For double start, lead is equal to twice multiple of pitch, so on. Now thread form, the cross section of the thread cut by a plane containing the axis. Then similar major diameter as we all explained. Then minor diameter, it is a root or a core diameter. This is also referred. Now effective diameter, there is a co-actually imaginary cylinder which is thread width and space between the thread are equal. Then flank also thread surface that connects root end with the crest. Now crest with the root also. Depth of the thread, distance between crest and root measured perpendicular to axis of screw. Then another angle of thread, include angle between angle of thread, sorry, include angle between side of thread measured in axial plane. Helix angle, angle that the thread makes with the plan perpendicular to the thread axis. Flank angle, it is half the included angle of the thread. Now addendum, which is a major knowledgeable part. You all have to know about the addendum and addendum how to consider. Now addendum, it is the distance between the crest and the pitch line measured perpendicular to the axis of the screw. The addendum, it is the distance between the pitch line and the root of measured perpendicular to the axis of the screw. Now, as we shown in the diagram, we've seen that addendum, the crest point, the crest line, then the pitch line. There is a distance is a addendum, and now pitch line to the root, it is an addendum. You have to know these points. Now, measured various types of elements we having. How to find out the accuracy of thread? It will be necessary to measure the following: major, minor, effective, pitch, thread angle, and form. Now, for measuring that major diameter, the instrument we are using is a bench micrometer, as you shown in a figure. As you shown in a figure, these are the bench micrometer, where there is a two devices are there. One is a dialer gauge is also there is a page, there is a handler also. It is a bench micrometer. Now, the second one is an ordinary micrometer. How that ordinary micrometer? The ordinary micrometer is quite suitable for measuring the external major diameter. Now, it is first adjusted for appropriate cylinder size, which is S, denoted as S, having the same diameter approximately. This process is known as gauge setting. After taking this reading, the micrometer is set on the major diameter of the thread, and the new reading R2 is formed. Now R1 is the micrometer reading over setting gauge, R2 is the micrometer reading over thread gauge, and S is the size of the setting gauge. Micrometer reading. Now shown in a bench micrometer. We having a micrometer head, we having a supports, there is a clamps also, we having a measuring anvil, then we having a fiducial indicator. If you see the yellow part of dialer gauge, it is a fiducial indicator, and the another solid part in this diagram, it having a micrometer head, and there is a holding centers also in seeing this diagram on the center point. Now these are the bench. Now such different points for measuring the bench micrometer. Now as you seen in this, for getting the greater accuracy, the bench micrometer is used for measuring the major diameter. The second point, in this process, the variation in measuring pressure, pitch, error are being neglected. The fiducial indicator is used to ensure all the measurements are made at same pressure. The instrument has a micrometer head with a vernier scale to read accuracy of 0.002 mm calibrated setting. Cylinder having the same diameter as the major diameter of the thread to be measured is used as a setting standard. After setting the standard, the setting cylinder is held between the anvil and the reading is taken. Now हमारा जो मेजर एनविल है, मेजरिंग एनविल है, यहाँ पर हमारा थ्रेड माउंट होगा, ये हमारा सपोर्टेड है, और ये फिड्यूशियल इंडिकेटर है, हमारा माइक्रोमीटर हेड है, और ये एक छोटा सा बॉक्स है जहाँ पे हमारा थ्रेड जो होगा इन दोनों के बीच में माउंट होगा. जो भी जैसे भी हम मेजर कर रहे हैं, then the cylinder is replaced by the threaded workpiece and the new reading is taken. Okay, now the formula is same. D is equals to plus minus R1 minus R2. If you see in this equation, it having same R1 means micrometer reading over setting gauge, and R2 is a micrometer reading over thread. If there is a different value also, you cannot go through the different values. It can be changed. S is denoted at setting gauge, it is denoted as M also. D is the same. then R1 R2 is equals to the different equation or number also. In just following that R, we can say a different name also. In the different PPT we will find that. Okay, now bench micrometer. If we see holding center, measuring anvil, then holding center and measuring anvil, it is a major diameter. Now measurement of major diameter on internal thread, it is a similar. An indirect approach of measuring internal diameter is obtained by obtaining the cast of the thread, and the main art thus lies in obtaining a perfect cast. Now wooden block. We seen we having an internal thread, we having a plaster also. Now the formula major diameter of internal thread also D is equal to plus minus R2 minus R1. R2 is a thread reading and R1 is a dial indicator reading on the standard. Okay, don't just misguide the equations. If we want to find the major diameter of our external thread, then we have to follow the equation D is equals to S plus minus R1 minus R2, and then we have to find the internal thread. The D is equals to the major diameter. D is equals to major diameter of a internal thread is D plus minus R2 minus R1. D is the cylindrical standard diameter, R2 is the thread reading, and R1 is the dial indicator reading on the standard. Now minor diameter anvil. Now due to the short period of time, now I am going through the fastest as for understanding the now measurement of minor diameter. The minor diameter is measured by a comparative method by using floating carriage diameter measuring machine and a small V piece, which means or which makes connect with the root of the thread. These VPs are made in several sizes having a suitable ready to edge. The floating carriage diameter measuring machine is a bench micrometer mounted on a carriage. VPs are made of a hardened steel. Okay. Now we having a minor diameter measuring or measuring and we having minor diameter measuring tools which is shown in a V pieces, V type pieces or V pipes, V pieces or V pipes we have. There is a micrometer reading over a cylindrical and a V piece. There's we shown. Now micrometer anvil we having a M2 distance of the complete thread from one part to micrometer ending first head to another head we having a reading M2, that D is the minor, then V pipe. Now diameter of the standard cylinder we having, then we know that minor diameter we having a standard formation of the cylinder, then we are using the thread for particular finding the we having a anvil being set, now the thread being measured. Now how the threaded workpiece is mounted between the center of the instrument and the V piece are placed on each side of the workpiece, and then the reading is noted. After taking this reading, the workpiece is then replaced by a standard reference cylindrical stating gauge. Now the minor diameter thread, we having a D plus minus R2 minus R1. D is the diameter of the cylindrical gauge. Then R2 is the micrometer reading on the threaded workpiece. R2 is the micrometer reading on threaded workpiece, and the R1 is the micrometer reading on cylindrical gauge. Now for measuring the minor diameter, we are for measuring the minor diameter of internal thread, we are using tapered parallels and using rollers. Now first, minor diameter using taper parallel. For diameters less than 200 mm, the use of taper parallel and micrometer is very common. The taper parallel are pair of two weights having reduced and the parallel outer edge. Now the diameter across their outer edge can be changed by sliding them over each other. We having seen that taper parallel, then micrometer, and will now we have to find the now measuring using roller. The diameter having more than 200 mm, this method has been used. Precision roller are inserted inside the threaded or and proper slip gauge. is inserted between the rollers. The minor diameter is then the length of slip gauge plus twice the diameter of the roller, as you shown in a devices. Roller, there is an internal thread, two rollers we having, then slip gauge we have to place between these two rollers, and we will find the dimensions of the wheel. We know that the diameter of these two rollers also. We have to only get this slip gauge inside the hole or inside the thread of a inside internal thread. Now pitch measurement. The most commonly used method, pitch measurement machine, then tool maker microscope, then screw pitch gauge. Now tool maker machine. We having a table, base, micrometer screw, optical head, then clamping screw, supporting column and micrometer screw. For considering the microscopic value, for considering the pitch measurement, we have to find the value. For micrometer screw, we can identify the screw dimension and we can stream in a optical headed, so we can find the value and diameter of the screw. Then it is also same in eyepiece optical head. We having a lamp which is reflected light through the mirror, and we having a working-table carriage, and then we seen the through our eyes on a optical head. Okay, just be microscopic. If you seen in this, you will consider this type of microscope. Now microscope, we having a 9 different terms we are using for the microscope. Just pause it and read it. Okay, I am not explaining it. Now pitch measuring machine. For pitch measuring machine, spring loaded head permitted the stylus to move up the flank of the thread and down into the next space and move. ये हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है, यहाँ पर हमारा थ्रेड अब माउंट हो रहा है, स्क्रू थ्रेड हमारा सेंटर, देन स्क्रू थ्रेड, ये हमारा स्टाइलस है जो कि हमारा फिड्यूशियल इंडिकेटर और स्प्रिंग लोडेड हेड के अपर साइड पे माउंटेड है। हमारे बेस के ऊपर पॉइंट के पॉइंट जहां पर हमारी एक स्प्रिंग लोडेड हेड माउंटेड है, जो कि फिड्यूशियल इंडिकेटर के थ्रू हमें कुछ पॉइंट करेंगे। हमारे पास दो पॉइंट है, पॉइंटर के एंड देन पॉइंट टी, pointer T. We having a micrometer also for gauging the difference. These are the pitch measuring machines we are using for finding the two readings of the pitch of the threads. Now we having a screw pitch. It is the last topic. After that we will go through the next effective, find the effective diameter. It is a pitch gauge, and we seen as a we are using, हम ज्यादातर मैकेनिकली जब हम यूज करते हैं थ्रेड मेजर करने के लिए हम टीपीआई चलते हैं। इट इज अ थ्रेड पर इंच। ओके, हम टीपीएम भी कंसिडर करते हैं, थ्रेड पर एमएम। ये दोनों ही स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म है। हम अलग अलग इंडस्ट्री में अलग अलग स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन से हम नट्स और थ्रेड्स, नट्स और बोल्ट्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, जिनकी जो थ्रेडिंग होती है वो फिक्स होती है, और उन्हीं के हिसाब से हमारे पास में टूल्स भी होते हैं, टेपर टर्निंग, और साथ ही साथ हम कैप टैप भी बोलते हैं, टैप। ओके, 8 इंचेस का 8 mm का टैप चाहिए, तो टैप जो होता है हमारे इंडस्ट्रियल लैंग्वेज में हम कहते हैं कि ये टैप हमें चाहिए। ओके, थैंक यू क्लास।